Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 569. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Yo.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 569 of the Moviecast. Woo.
Indeed.
Yeah. Wow, guys. It's been a busy week for me at work, but I did get to watch some stuff, and I got to play some games too. But so we'll get to that Gamecast. But I did get to watch Dune at home on my bigger screen, my 65-inch screen TV, and yeah. So it's, I gotta say, fantastic sci-fi flick for something that doesn't have a lot of action. Like, it's got action, don't get me wrong. I'm just going to move this way. Sorry. It's got action, don't get me wrong, but it's mostly a drama like story, pretty much. Like, you keep looking at I keep thinking like it's going to be like Game of Thrones and betrayals and stuff like that, and you're watching stuff, but I don't remember the story, so I don't know any of that stuff. So I'm watching all of this stuff like wondering what's going to happen, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. So it was scenic wise, like photography wise, cinematography is freaking incredible on this thing. It's just so good. Looks amazing. The grand scale of the movie is just awesome to see, and they pulled off special effects really well. And and also we were watching a young Nick Cage. That's pretty much this guy is, right? I mean, he just reminds me of that massively. Like, as soon as Corey said that last week, I'm like, oh crap, am I going to notice this immediately? I'm like, of course I did. But
he's got the mumble delivery. That's what Nick Cage does.
I just wait for him to say, well, gosh. I'm waiting for that, well, gosh, from Nick Cage. Yeah. But enjoyed it. And I can't tell you the names of, like, any other characters in that in that movie except for Paul. And, that's pretty much it. Duncan. That's two memorable people that I know of. And the rest of them I don't really remember names of. So I think they throw a lot. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of like the way Game of Thrones was done, where it's like you can't keep track of everybody, all these houses and stuff.
It's definitely more political based, and you have all these different houses maneuvering for position and trying to take control of, the spice, because without spice, you don't have intergalactic travel essentially. So it's all about maneuvering for that, and whoever has the spice has the power, and there's backstabbing and betrayal and all that stuff. But I would say the first half of the book that this covers is not as action heavy. It's more setting the tone, getting you, into the story of it, introducing you to these houses, laying the foundation, building the world, and then it kind of escalates from there.
Yeah. It's really it's definitely an impressive movie. So I'm very happy. I'm like, and I'm so happy they got a sequel, which I thank God, because it does end on, the story's not done. Yeah,
this is not the entire book.
So So, and I was reading that this guy wants to do 3 of these. Like, he'd like to do the Pariah of Dune or something like that, or whatever it's called.
Messiah
of Dune. That's it.
I mean, if you watch the first movie, you get an idea where it's going.
Yeah. So, that was really good, and I finished up What We Do in the Shadows. This season has been excellent. They really play with you this season, the writers, and I even read an article about it because of the way things went down in the penultimate episode and the finale, and I was like, wow. And they just love it's like not a mystery, but teasing the audience, and they in a comedy, in a dark comedy, but it was really well done. Like, I was like, wow, did not see that happening. And they really brought a little shock factor into the end of season 3. So I really enjoy that show a lot. It's definitely an acquired taste. It's the main, if you liked the IT crowd, the boss from that show is Laszlo in this, and he's like one of my favorite characters. He's fantastic. So, but I know I watched it on Saturday night with some friends, and like half of us were like, this is hilarious. The other half were like, I could care less about watching this. So it is an acquired taste. So, and that's pretty much it of note for me. Besides World Series in football. So, and losing badly at fantasy football. So, Tony, what have you been watching?
I forget. Did I finish You last weekend in time for the podcast, or no?
Yeah, I
You
think
talked
so.
about it.
I think you did. Oh, I started you. I started you actually. I'm on episode 3,
Yeah.
so I did start that.
Nah, I'm just still bitter about like that thing. Kind of killed my motivation to watch any other series right now because like the more I think about it, the more I get away from it, and the more I think about things, I'm just like, so much of it was just circumstantial, people being and acting dumb, and just
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed anything.
Like you said, how many times can they do the same thing? And
Yeah.
I've already got that vibe 2 episodes in.
Yeah,
like I'm
that's
already 2 episodes in. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Where it's like,
Yeah.
whatever, stuff like that. The only other thing I've been watching is one of my friends hasn't ever seen Cowboy Bebop, so I'm watching that with her.
Nice.
And also kind of for myself, because it's been a while, to refresh for the Netflix series coming out later this month, which I think looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, that I'm like definitely looking forward to that quite a bit. And there's a couple movies this month I'm looking forward to. Obviously, there's one this week. Eternals is coming out, and I wanted to see what's November 19th. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is coming out too. So,
Did you guys see that apparently Eternals is now the lowest rated Marvel movie on Metacritic? One of the two. Lower than Thor: Dark World. So I'm like, ooh,
really?
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's actually the only Marvel movie that's got a rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know.
Because even Thor: Dark World
Not
got
even
a
mixed.
fresh.
Maybe that'll be a Disney Plus watch. I am definitely I want to go see Ghostbusters and would invite you guys if you want to go see it. I'm good that Sunday to go see it, the 21st. I would love to go see it. So let me know if you guys are available.
That's after Thanksgiving or
No, it's the weekend before. It's the 21st we're talking about. So that Sunday would be good to go see it, I think. I'm looking at the scheduling, and I just figure with crowds that might be a little less, I hope, and go see it then. But I definitely want to check that. I'm like psyched to go see it. I'll probably invite Matt as well, just to see, old school crowd stuff. I don't know. I'm getting excited for it. I don't know why. It's just maybe it was the Halloween time of year, which by the way, sorry we didn't do a really Halloween episode, everybody, this year. This was the first year I think we didn't do that, and next year I promise that will return. We'll do some Halloween theme. I promise. But I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. All right, Mike.
I can't really think of anything.
Nothing. Oh, did you watch? Have you ever seen what's Superman and Lois? Is that what it's called?
The show, the TV show.
Yeah.
I haven't
Is it the
watched
new one?
it yet. I haven't watched it.
It's on HBO Plus or no?
It's on HBO Max and
Or Max, whatever it's called.
yeah.
These Plus Max.
Streamers. The pilot was good. I really enjoyed the pilot, and I love how when we do this, I remember more and more things I've watched. But I watched that, and I really enjoyed the pilot. Like Matt, my brother loves that show. But he's a Superman fan, so he loves that show naturally. But I thought it was a pretty good pilot. And I also say I did watch the first 2 episodes of Miracle Workers, which is the Steve Buscemi and Daniel Radcliffe, this comedy show. It's kind of a comedy. Yeah, it's a dark comedy, I guess. But and that's really good. Like I guess season 1 to season 2, they completely changed what it's about. It's like just the same actors, and it's kind of like what they did with American Horror Story, but with comedies. So it's interesting. It's like a play almost you're watching, and I'm enjoying the first season. I heard it was recommended by a couple of people, podcasters I listen to, so I thought I'd check that out and I watched that. But Corey, what are you been watching?
Not much this week. Just actually, I watched a Korean drama on Netflix that it just came on after something was playing, and I just started watching. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And it's like about this doctor who's from like the Joseon period, and then comes and gets teleported through time to modern era, and then has to kind of have this fish out of water. But he uses acupuncture, all these like other modern medicines all over the place. And so just him kind of, working together with the heart surgeon, and then they go back in time together, and then she has to the heart surgeon has to figure out how to use what she knows to help people at that time. It's interesting. It's not a great show, but it's interesting. So that's kind of been watching. I don't even know the name of it. I think it's like live up to your name or something like that. But yeah, I didn't. Like, it just came on. I was like, oh, I'll just watch it. But that's really the only thing that I of note.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's. Did we have the box office? I guess leading was what was it? It was Dune, right? Second week in a row. Yeah, Dune led the Halloween weekend at 50. Halloween Kills at 8.7. No Time to Die. My Hero Academia, number 4, and Venom: Let There Be Carnage. That's your box office this week. It's a little down, obviously, but it's pandemic still, and not anything big coming out until this week. And we'll see what Eternals does now that the news is out about its quality. So we'll see. I don't know.
I don't think it really.
You think? Yeah. I don't know if it was going to do well. Even if it was a really good movie, well, anyways, just for the unknown factor of it.
I don't think it's getting the typical sort of marketing that these movies do. Like, I'm surprised
Really?
it's
They've
coming
been
out
advertising
right now.
for a while, dude.
I know,
seen
for
it
too long.
everywhere.
And I haven't, like, I didn't know it was coming out now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, pre-sales are above even Shang-Chi, so.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's just so random,
But right,
like
I mean,
out there.
Who knows, right? Who knows?
Yeah. So,
I'm like, what is it rated on the? What is it? Like certified? What's the rotten rating on this thing? How many like
below
bad
fresh.
reviews were there?
I think it's like if it was 50 or something, like 55 or something.
So it's a controversial. Where's the new and upcoming? There it is. I can't find it. Rotten Tomatoes. Like I don't like their layout on my phone. Like just not great. You can't even find like that movie's hidden, which is never a good sign either. You know what I mean? Like you should just see that right away. So yeah, I have to search for it manually.
I don't think
There it is.
It's
56%.
Yeah. Yep,
Wait,
55.
Thor: Dark World was rated higher than 56%. Tony, is that true?
Yeah, it was like 60 or something like that. 60 something. It was fresh.
Really?
Whatever
Really?
it was. Like I said, this is the only one that's been like certified
That's a
rotten.
really bad movie. That's a really bad movie.
We talked about
Like,
this
It's
though.
a
It's
really
the Marvel
mediocre
bump.
movie, which means it's going to do great on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I guess. Wow. I don't know, but we'll see. All right. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's go into a little news here. Hang on, let me get my news opened. I just opened it up to this, so we have to talk about this first. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is not only voicing Mario, but now he's going to be voicing Garfield.
This dude is
I guess
taking
Bill
everybody's
Murray's
job. Everybody's
Bill Murray's
fucking
out?
job.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Bill Murray wants to do it anymore. Don't get me wrong. I think
No,
he
I
even
think,
joked about that in Zombieland. But still, Chris Pratt, really?
I don't see it. Bill Murray at least made sense compared to, Lorenzo Music is the one I remember at least from Garfield and Friends back in the late 80s, early 90s.
There's a fun thing about that where he was also the voice of Venkman in Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters. Which is funny because then Bill Murray was obviously Venkman and then voiced Garfield in the later one. So it's a cool little tie-in. But I don't know. I don't see Chris Pratt. I don't see Emmett's voice as Garfield at all.
I was about to say, like, the Lego movie was the biggest mistake. It was like his gateway into stealing all the animated characters' voices down.
Yeah.
That's
the thing is you have iconic characters that you have heard before, and then you're gonna get a guy who's played one character that that Emmett character is him. That's his voice, like for the character, and there wasn't an Emmett Lego figure before, so then Chris Pratt is that guy now. But we know what Mario sounds like, and we know what Garfield sounds like. So is this weird?
Yeah. It is
I
weird.
mean, Garfield hasn't done anything good in a while. I used to be a big Garfield fan as a kid, and I've fallen off because I've been kind of dumb lately. So I don't even know what this is that they're making with him. But
I think I'm gonna start a new franchise with him, movie-wise. So
it was weird to see. Pop up.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got. National Treasure for Disney Plus we talked about this last year. Apparently nothing to do with the current cast, which I don't necessarily like so much, but Lisette Alexis is its lead character, will be its lead actress to play its lead character. And
This
I
reminds
don't know. It's an
me
expansion.
like of when I'm watching football, I get all these commercials for the Equalizer with Queen Latifah, and it's like,
Yeah.
what does this have to do with the Equalizer movie? Just like it's just the thing. So it feels like that. It's like you want to get the National Treasure name, but you're just gonna do something completely different, and that's fine. I don't mind that so much because it's gonna be a television series, but it is
But I
kind of
thought
weird.
you gotta have some of the something from the original, like somebody from the original movies has to be in this, like
Maybe
somebody
they'll
big.
pop up. Who
Yeah.
knows?
It doesn't have to be Nicolas Cage, but like Riley or how about the cop, the detective? You know what I mean? Like anybody like from the original that was like in the original.
Dude, it's been so long. Like, that's fine. Whatever.
Hmm.
It's been like over
I
10
as long as it's
years.
got the vibe of it, I guess. But
Who knows?
I
But
know,
it's this thing. The main character could be like their daughter or something. Who
yeah, that's
knows?
true. That's true.
We don't know anything
Good
yet.
point. Good point. This was a fun one. I just put it on here because of the November 2nd date today, getting into the holidays.
Go vote.
Will Ferrell.
Oh.
Will Ferrell turned down $29 million for an Elf sequel. Turned it down. Didn't like it.
I mean,
Turned it down. I mean, I never.
I don't know what it is with that movie. Like, I cannot stand that movie. I don't think I've ever seen it. In its
Really?
Will
entirety.
Ferrell, dude.
I
Like,
can't
if
stand
you-
it. I just can't stand it.
Do you like Will Ferrell as an actor?
He's
Yeah,
technically
exactly. You see that he's
It's
in that movie.
pure Will
it's-
Ferrell. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of Will Ferrell. So.
Is the problem really Zoe Deschanel?
I like Zoe Deschanel in that. I think she's really good in that movie.
I think she's past her half-life, though. I think everyone's sick of her shit.
Oh,
Same with
okay.
Will
Well, I can't
Ferrell,
argue
too.
with you
Just
on that.
like-
Whatever she did to piss you off, I
Like,
don't
I
know
feel
what.
like no.
Damn, dude.
Everyone got
She, like, TP your
because
house?
both of them, honestly. No, she was everyone's favorite girl for a while, and everyone was like, "This is kind of." She's such a trope now, and they got sick of her. So
I mean, what does that
I haven't
mean?
seen
Will
anything
Smith
she's
is
done.
an
she's
actor.
prototypical.
Yeah,
Mike's got
Ferrell
some
isn't a
hate. That's
trope.
That is some fury.
She was
I
the
don't know what-
prototypical like pixie, quirky dream girl thing, and now you're not supposed to like them anymore because they're just fake tropes.
She's like the
According
next
to
Olivia
who?
Munn.
Who is this
She's like the next
according to?
Olivia Munn, right?
I think this is like I don't know. I might be too old for what's happening right now.
Jesus.
That's funny. So I did not expect that reaction from Mike at all. I mean, it's hilarious.
I mean,
like,
He's an Emily
No, but
Deschanel
I'm not-
fan.
listen, yeah,
Oh,
I
hate
mean,
her.
I don't.
Her
Yeah,
best
I mean,
role
no,
was
it's-
as the pissed off receptionist in Spider-Man.
yeah. So
She wasn't even pissed. They're just indifferent. I'm not paying for that.
right. So all right. Other news. Apparently, there is a Boondock Saints 3.
Why?
Didn't know this.
Why?
Had to put it
The
in here.
second one was so awful.
Yeah, that's what
I
I,
remember
thought.
seeing
Like,
it, and all I remember is not liking it, like hating it.
I don't know if I ever finished the second one. That's how much I hate. And that's rough for me to
finished
do.
it, 'cause we watched it.
Did we?
Watched it. Yeah, we watched it, and the ending is just so
I-
forgetful and dumb. It's like
Okay.
What,
You know what's funny about Boondock Saints is it took me years to watch that movie. Corey finally got me to watch the movie. I was so psyched when they made the sequel. Like I was very close to. Like I had just watched the original. Like I was like it was not that far away from it.
brother-in-law's got the tattoos on his arms.
Yeah. So I mean, wow. Yeah, that's it's just like I don't know. That was a bad
First one
sequel.
was just
Really
so
bad.
good. Like this is what I hate when like you have some underground like movie because this is back in the day when the original. Like I don't think it had the most successful box office ever, but it found a market once it hit DVD. At least that's my perception.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Just kind of like Matrix and whatnot. But like then they make a sequel and it's a while later and it's like who's asking for this? I guess like and then it ruined
Apparently,
it.
there's enough fans that want it, but I'm like, that can't be that many at this point after the sequel. That sequel just kicked a lot of people out.
Yeah.
I mean, what
So.
story do you have to tell at this point as well with these characters?
I don't know. I mean,
So,
I bet you was John Wick's
it's the same-
success. They're like, let's make a Boondock 3, guys.
Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery are back, obviously, for this. So, and the directory. Jeez,
As well?
director.
Directoring?
Yeah, director. Yes, the director will be back as well. So, I don't know, but maybe they'll hunt down Zoe Deschanel. Mike,
I don't. Listen, I don't even hate her. That's the sentiment I got from what.
No, it sounds like you hate her, dude. It legitimately sounds like you hate her.
You are the spokesperson for all these people.
I think
now,
she's
Mike.
a little played out,
it.
honestly, but no, she's fine.
I don't know where the hatred came from. Like, what has she been in recently that the hatred spawned from? Like, I just give me the. It's totally cool that you have that. It's just a matter of where did it come from. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
By the end of the New Girl run, everyone's just like, "Oh, this character's annoying now," and this is what she does in everything. So.
She screwed over Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like, what was wrong with her character?
That's what it was. Okay.
Everybody loves that guy. So
yeah, All right. Let's see. Did you guys check out the 2 trailers that came out? So one was Boba Fett, which I know we watched.
That fucking sucked.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm psyched for that show.
I watched it. It's okay.
It's not something that I have. It's not something that we asked for. How about that? Like, it's again. It's like.
I think we're also in the minority with that though, because the reception seemed pretty good for it.
I don't know how many times on this podcast we can actually mention the fact that why can't you give us a Star Wars story that's original with new characters and expand this fucking universe rather than retreading the same waters again.
No, I mean we saw that. Unfortunately, it's not canon, but like we saw like how cool it can be when you get new Star Wars stories.
Yeah.
The saga.
Yeah, I mean, there is so much out there in this universe and
animes and stuff.
Yeah, and
maybe this is a Fennec vehicle. You don't know. Maybe it's going to be all about her.
And I do. And I think she's a great character.
Not with the show called Book of Boba.
Yeah, Book of Boba.
So Clone Wars wasn't about Ahsoka either directly, and then she became a thing after that.
Yeah, but it was called the Clone Wars, not Book of Anakin or something like that.
But the premise was following Anakin and Obi-Wan doing their shit.
But the thing is, this is for the Boba Fett fans, and that's fine. I didn't even watch it because I didn't care.
They're fans of fucking
they're out there.
All fucking hype.
I think
no substance.
The guy did nothing.
Again,
this is what this
aims to rectify. Give him something to actually do on screen, and let's see.
Why? Just give us.
Why rectify it?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like we have the Mandalorian now. Mandalorian was everything Boba Fett could hope and dream.
Mandalorian is not canceled or anything. So
I'm just saying. Why do we need a second? We have a character that does exactly what everybody wanted out of Boba Fett. We have that. Like guy who doesn't talk, wears cool armor, does badass, bounty hunting shit. Why would you want to go back and be like, Boba Fett's still alive, guys? Let's fucking make a show about him. It's about the underworld on Tatooine. That sounds so cool. Aren't you excited? No, I'm not fucking excited.
Is that what the show is about? I didn't even.
Yeah, it's about him taking over Jabba's palace, essentially. Like, Jabba's role.
He's like,
oh well, that's right. At the end of the Mandalorian, he was in his chair or whatever.
That's what it's about. I mean, it's about that, and it's like, again, that's mostly my comment of retreading the same waters again. Like, I listen. I'm not a big Boba Fett fan. I don't understand the big hype behind him because of how much he was a dud, and he died immediately in episode 3 or 6. But he didn't do much at all, and they made the fun of that in Attack of the Clones as well. Like, they basically made his dad just garbage and get killed right away in that movie as well. So, again, if I'm pissing you off, sorry, but it's true. I'm just stating facts. I don't know.
Well, here's the other thing, though. A lot of this comes from the same thing, your all-hallowed expanded universe bullshit that got wiped away, because they brought him back in that already. They had all these other stories with him, and that's where he gained popularity.
But why? Okay, again, just to finish what I was saying was, I'm not that upset about doing Boba Fett. But why are we going back to Tatooine for the umpteenth time? Like, why can't we do something new in the universe with him? Why does he have to go back to Jabba's palace to do that shit? Like, what? Do something different. Like, bring his character someplace else. If you're going to follow him, do something different.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen throughout the story? You don't know.
But I'm saying, it's not interesting. It's not interesting. It's like, who's going to rule Tatooine? I'm like, what the fuck? Who cares?
That's the point. Like, that's the point, Mike. Mike, you might be right.
Planet.
They may end up on some unknown planet, but right now they're selling us on Tatooine.
Tatooine is basically the Earth of that universe. So that's where everything starts and all their stories, pretty much.
there's a bright center to the universe. You're on the planet that's farthest from. It's not Earth.
With 2 suns.
That's the quote. It's if you are if you're familiar with the bright center of the universe. If there's a bright center of the universe, then you're on the planet that is farthest from. That's Luke's own quote from the first movie, and that's because Tatooine is the middle of fucking nowhere, and yet they go back to it too many times.
Okay.
How about go back to Hoth then? Go back to Hoth. We haven't been back to Hoth in when? Go back to Hoth. If you want to go retread planets, go back to the ice planet.
No one could live on Hoth though, like at all. People had lots of stuff going on in Tatooine, but it's like the Wild West thing. It's a whole Wild West theme. That's the whole basis of Star Wars. Basically, is it's making the Wild West in space, and that's why you keep going to the sandy planets there with like little outposts and you know.
Do we know anywhere else besides Mos Eisley on Tatooine?
I mean, there's sand people and, sand people kids and sand. Lots of sand.
I hate sand.
All right. Whatever. It doesn't look great, I don't think. I'm not... Listen,
I mean, here's the thing.
Star Wars fan. I'll probably check it out.
I'll give it a fair shot, obviously. But
I heard. I don't know how true. Okay.
I was just going to say, really quick, like, the trailer... Like, I know they don't cut their trailers to show the whole season, which I appreciate. But just based on the trailer, I was like, this doesn't entice me to watch the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah, and I wasn't enticed to watch the trailer, so I haven't even seen it. But the thing I've heard, and I don't know how true this is, just because it was secondhand, but I heard that this is following the Mandalorian story, and like if you look at the chapter sequences for Mandalorian, and then you go to the Boba, it follows directly after Mandalorian. Yeah. As far as like the chapter sequences, so no, I like it's in the how they number the chapter or something. It's what I heard. It's like Mandalorian end was 16 and this starts with 17.
Who the fuck cares?
Well, what I mean is, how does that impact the Mandalorians next season? That's
what does it impact anything? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see.
Like, what is this? It's like the Book of the Mandalorian. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. As a fan, it doesn't mean anything to me, and I've watched every.
But are you a fan though?
As a fan,
are you?
It sounds like you hate this shit.
That's well, I mean, that's not like untrue. Like,
I love
fans are going to be the ones that want to see good stuff. Yeah, so like
my thing is this.
So I would not be surprised if there was something pretty decently relevant to the Mandalorian that happens in this show.
I mean, that's what I'm just wondering. Like, why would you follow it? But again, I just heard that secondhand, so I don't know how accurate it's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, we know it's that time, that place, right after what we saw him do at the end. So.
Yeah. And we're not getting the third season of Mandalorian until after the Book of Boba.
Man, Mandalorian made a series finale, even though it's going to get another season. So I don't know what they're going to do next. I don't mind waiting a bit either because it feels like it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Lastly, the trailer for Morbius came out. The second trailer.
That I did not watch because I don't care at all about Morbius as a character.
I thought it looked kind of cool, actually. I like the trailer.
It wasn't a bad trailer. It was pretty safe, I felt.
Yeah.
Like I think it's using like typical like done where it like starts out like all slow and then like builds up and it's like dun, 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 and it's like all right.
Yeah, follow
like this
tropes,
is cliche
trailer
shit.
tropes.
Yeah.
But like I did watch it because I was curious because of the last trailer they had. They did show Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man painted on a wall, spray paint or whatever, and they did have Michael Keaton in the last trailer as well, playing at the Vulture, and so. I was wondering what they would do here, and they referenced Venom like twice in this trailer, which is interesting. And
twice and Spider-Man a little bit, but we don't know which one.
Well, and then you had Michael Keaton also. So again,
and Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
because it looked like honestly the Spider-Man they were referencing was Tobey Maguire's.
Right. Well, I mean, as you walk, on the wall exactly, and then you get to Tom Holland's villain.
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't know if you guys have seen the. Let There Be Carnage after credit sequence yet though either.
I have.
Have you guys heard?
Okay. No. What was it? Because I know it's an atrocity.
We're gonna spoil. All right, we're gonna spoil it. Spoiler alert for Venom: Let There Be Carnage. There's an after credit sequence. In that sequence, Eddie Brock is in a hotel. Something happens, and then on the news you get Jonah Jameson talking about Spider-Man, you see Tom Holland Spider-Man on the TV.
Really? So
And
they did bring it in the universe.
so he is now in Tom Holland's universe. Eddie Brock.
So probably
What's his
gonna be
name?
in, No Way Home.
Yeah, got a few weeks ago or a month.
I wouldn't
So, yeah.
expect to see him in No Way Home.
I would after the end credit sequence, I would expect to see him. The way that movie ended.
I think Venom,
because it is the exact
Sony
same
property, and No Way Home ends the Marvel trilogy. And
but that's still Sony movie.
I know, but I think you'll still.
I want to bet on it, Mike.
Oh,
the end credit sequence.
I don't think so.
I think
this is a specific. They're building their freaking Sony Sinister Six nonsense.
And this is the perfect way to enter that.
Yeah, but they're still doing. There's a reason why they say that they're ending the trilogy of these movies with No Way Home, and that's because that's.
Well, he will be like Spider-Man. You will see. What's the guy's name? God dang it, I can't freaking remember. Bane. What's the actor's name?
Bane.
Tom Hardy.
Bane. His name is Bane.
Tom Hardy. Yeah. There it is. Fuck, I couldn't remember. Yeah, I do think Tom Hardy will make an appearance in No Way Home now.
Is it going to be same like a picture of a newspaper thing or something like that?
No. I think he'll have a line.
An acted new role.
Like maybe one line like "Hello, Spider-Man" or something stupid, but like, he's gonna have a line in this movie, even if it's like the after credit sequence. It's gonna be there, just because it is the same Joe. It is I can't remember this guy's name now. J.K. Simmons. Yeah, it is J.K. Simmons doing the Daily Bugle web one that you saw at the end of Far From Home, and it is obviously Tom Holland. He's yelling about. So, I mean, he's on the TV, so he's gonna be he's definitely gonna be there. Because if you're getting Doc Ock from,
I feel like we're gonna get a Morbius cameo as well. I think we will still. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting because you got Doc Ock and you're getting
how many cameos
Electro.
are going to be in this fucking movie?
A lot, but
It's
I mean,
everybody.
the thing from Morbius is they want to promote that movie and.
Problem is Morbius is coming out after.
Yeah, but cameo. I mean, who is that? Oh, here's his movie coming out. Oh, let's go check it out. It's a Sony marketing play. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction here. Bold prediction that Spider-Man: No Way Home is gonna end with Tom Holland. Like something's gonna happen with the multiverse shit because we know it's heavily involved in it. And Tom Holland Spider-Man is gonna be like, I can't these other characters get sent back to their universes or whatever like that, and he's gonna be like, I gotta follow after them to make sure they don't wreak havoc on an alternate thing, and that's going to be how Sony gets him back into their quote unquote cinematic universe or something like that, with some kind of bargaining thing where Marvel obviously can pull him in for crossover events or something like that.
But
they both like Marvel.
But wouldn't the post credits of what you just said imply that they were already in the same universe?
Well, no. So what happens is Venom. Something happens. It's some weird, some weird special effect.
In a new universe. Yeah.
Clearly, they're like, "What the hell happened?" And Eddie Brock says, "Did you do that?" And Venom says, "I didn't do that." And there's something different about the room, and they're watching TV, and the TV changes. So it kind of left it very, ubiquitous.
I mean, I thought it was obvious that they are in Tom Holland's Spider-Man universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that's quite obvious at this point, unless that is just a ploy to be like, hey, get excited for a movie that's not
right.
gonna matter.
There's no reason for Sony to do that, to end the movie with that, if it's not going to tie into No Way Home.
Yes. Also, the other thing, in Venom's universe, his Venom universe, he just straight up and murders Carnage at the end of that movie. So he literally rips the head off Carnage and then eats the symbiote. So I told you, we're spoiling. Let there be carnage. This cinematic universe is over. Fuck that Venom universe is now. We're in a whole new world here.
Yeah. I don't understand how they're just gonna merge them together with that. I don't get it. But I guess we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, it's Sony, so who knows? But I mean, I just hope that Marvel can step in and be like, "Don't you fuck this up," because
maybe, hopefully.
Yep.
So, all right, that it for the news. That's it for this podcast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us all you can geek at Gmail, on Twitter, us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube and on Twitch.tv. Shaking your head, Tony? No.
You just broke up a little bit.
I broke up a little bit. I'm sorry. I adjusted things too. Sorry, everybody. I keep tweaking my wireless and wireless channels.
Just end it.
Tweaking the channels.
We're done. Goodbye.